I wonder if, oh, okay, it says it's being live streamed. So I hit okay.
I did too. Oh, but you're now the host.
There it comes.
So we lost him.
We lost him?
Yeah,
Okay. Byron entered. You want to admit him or Karen?
I just did.
Okay.
And look like we are live right now.
Yeah,
Okay, it said he made
we are
himself
live.
host.
Now he just joined. Let me
What?
ask to unmute.
Oh yeah. Hello everybody. Welcome to Functional Fitness on Friday.
Here comes Nick.
All right. Can you hear me, Ben?
Yes, Karen was just welcoming everybody.
Oh, awesome. Wonderful. You
Because
know,
we lost your signal.
oh my gosh. Yeah, I think something happened when we jumped onto YouTube. We went a little bit early, and that's on purpose because you know what? We never know what's going to happen. Is the audio good?
Audio
Yep.
is good, especially what happened on Wednesday. We want to fill people in that weren't here.
Remember, yeah, on Wednesday we had the new computer mistakes and the new passwords and those settings. And it looks like we have co-hosts in place. We got you and Karen and my mom's co-host, and we're on YouTube. Is that right? Thumbs up from somebody who
Yes.
knows.
Yes.
Ooh,
Yes.
that's and a thumbs up. Awesome. All right. Well, then I'm
Hey
gonna.
Don.
Hey Nick, how are you?
Man, I doing good from when they put out was fire.
Wednesday's workout was fire.
Yeah, be the stand by my head but ending. I mean, wow.
That was incredible, Nick. I remember not too long ago when the sand fell, it seemed like you were having a tough time getting it on there for even just a couple seconds. And but remember, you're learning a lot, and your body's learning all that, and it's showing. You're doing a really good job. I'm super proud of you for your progress. You want to see around the camp, Nick, and then we'll get started.
Hi, Dan.
Hey, Byron, how are you?
Okay, I'm doing the combo.
Nice.
Me too.
Stand by on that. We'll probably have some time. And if for some reason my signal goes out, we have three co-hosts on here who will be able to take over the workout and bring up some leadership. But everybody, I am out here in Ocotillo Wells. This is the third time or maybe second time that we've been able to kind of bring our team out here to the desert to do some exploring, kind of ride around in some off-road vehicles. And we're going to have a big bonfire. Remember, everybody, Chris Hill is going to be out here tomorrow. He's going to be out here in the desert. We're going to go on a Jeep ride. We're going to maybe hop in the side by side, which is kind of like the dune buggy. And we're going to have a bonfire. And I'm going to get everybody to sing Chris Hill a big happy birthday. It's going to be incredible. And I'll show you around. We got started a little bit early. If you're on YouTube and you're joining us, again, this is kind of a remote workout from off site. And so things can happen. So we have our co-hosts here. We have our leaders here. I'm inside of my gear tent right now. So this is the tent out here in the desert. There's no shade trees. So you always want to bring at least one extra tent that you can put up as like a canopy and set up your equipment. I have my tools over here. I have some kind of stuff for my Jeep, fluids and gasoline and oil. And outside, I have an ice chest. You can see here's our setup out here. And you can see maybe here I have it looks like some marshmallows. So I have some marshmallows. We're going to do a workout with marshmallows today. We're going to do a couple kind of campsite workouts. And so maybe if you, like Chris Hill, if you're out here with me or with your family and friends, you could say, hey, let's come up with some exercises. Let's do some things. And I'm going to show you some of that today. So right over here is the big tent So I got a big tent over here that has a lot of space for me. And I was showing everybody just a little while ago in here, you got to bring along a telescope. And so all the folks who come out here, they're going to get to look up at the moon. I was telling everybody earlier about how beautiful and big the moon was last night. And so we're going to have a lot of our friends. And you know what's great about a telescope is it's adjustable. So you can just be sitting down there, sitting in your chair, looking up at the stars and looking up at the moon. And again, it's a lot better than looking at sometimes what's on the screen, except for right now, because right now we're doing our workout. Let's do the breathing motto, and then we'll go around the other side of the tent to the workout station. We'll do a warm up, and then I want to do some of these fun kind of exercises like campsite exercises. And so let's go ahead and get going. And let's maybe have one of our co-hosts let me know. Do we have a breathing motto participant? Yeah, Evan's joining us.
No, we do not.
Go on, dear. Nick, go on, dear.
Do it. Awesome. That sounds great. And if anybody's wondering, yes, I do have a lot of sunscreen on. I'm not sure if you can tell, but it looks like I haven't been in the sun forever. All right, we got coming up. Go ahead.
All right. And 5, 30, 2, and 1, and breathe in the dirt. Breathe out. Breathe in the happy. And breathe out the bad. Breathe in your bed. And breathe out the moon. And breathe in your bowl. Do I do get my head bad and dirt, but
Yes, Nick, that was awesome. I saw what he was doing. I love it, Nick. That's what we want to be doing, everybody. What you see Nick showing us is how we all want to be approaching exercise and fitness. And again, sometimes the goals are small and sometimes the goals are big. But everybody has goals. Remember, this is the new year. We're still in January. We're out here in the desert. Let's go ahead and move around. Everybody, that's my Jeep out here. So I'm going to be taking Chris out in the Jeep. And we have some other cars out here. That's going to be where our campfire is, way out that way. And then right here is going to be our little exercise station. So this is going to take a moment. I'm going to have to get my camera set up on the stand. And so the screen's going to maybe flip for just a moment. So you know what? Why don't we, Nick, let's get you back up here, man. We know you're good for it. Nick, can you get everybody started off with a couple exercises? And it doesn't have to just be for the neck, kind of anything for the upper body that you want to do. I don't know. And then while you're doing that, Ben, let's take me off the spotlight, and I'm going to be flipping the camera around and make sure that it's all good. And let's drink some water, everybody. I'm in the desert. All right. Let's see. Can you still hear me, Ben?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Nick, go ahead and can you hear Nick?
can you
No, he's muted. He's still muted.
Nick, you got to get unmuted. All right, everybody. Again, it's okay. We have always have some fun with these remote workouts. Good shot.
all right. Then when there were 5 minutes after that the statue died up and there was the angel and here we doing 3, 2, and 1 and over here. Oh, they were extending and then over here. Then that would go up back to the middle. Up here, middle. Then here, don't know the other day. Then the one more time. Middle, middle, up, middle, up, middle, down, and down. They do one more time. Over. Dive up. Dive up. Dive down and down. Now they do down and up the stinging we would do down. I do one day on my daughter, and the other day I do up, I do that way and that way. Middle, down, one do and the other do up, one and two. They do two more times everyone. Down, over, and over. Up, out to the left, and out to the right. Nice. Now they do and then do the out the down way border. We would do up here, the up, all the way around and bring it down and around. Then we put it down, around and up and around. They do that one more time, up and around, down and up, and down and up and around. The next one is the spell out the word bonfire. The first one is the B.
Burn fire?
Bonfire.
Bon-
Bonfire.
Bonfire.
yes. Awesome. Let's do it.
I would down here, up, down, around. Now I would do all the way up, around, and around. Burn, B-A. The at the middle, all the way around, down. Now I would
Nick,
go
it would
up.
be B-O, not B-A.
Oh, the
Bonfire.
all the way around that way and around that way. And then the other end are the up, down, out, down. Up, down, and up. Fire up. I would do it, do that up, do it all the way around, outward. Down, up, outward, middle, down, outward. I do it that up and down. Where they dwell it. And then do it. The up, around, down. I would do it in the middle, outward, all the way around. And the W is up, outward, middle, down, outward, middle, and outward, down. They do the ear. Do it luôn. Muốn gì đưa đôi máu. I do it. Do it luôn. Man, move your dodo.
Nick, this feels so good in my shoulders. Keep going. Let's go. One more on each.
One more. 5, body, 2 and 1. Move the dodo around, up and down. And one more. They do they put 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, body, 2 and 1. And move the dodo around. Oh,
Let's
wait.
have some water.
Yeah, they'll water everyone.
Nice job, Nick. Nick, thank you so much for getting us kicked off right there. Nick, you did an excellent job. I really enjoyed filling out bonfire. And you know what? That's going to take us to our first kind of exercise that we're going to do. So let's have a sip of water. We're going to do a campsite exercise, and we'll see if you can guess. There's going to be a question here. Let's see if you can guess the right answer. So the first thing we're going to look at again is we're still working out our upper body. We're working out our core. You might have seen when I sat down, I'm in this camp chair. Okay. This is like the common camp chair, and it wants you to sit back like this. But for exercising, this may or may not be the position I want. This kind of takes my core out of it. So if I sit up a little bit, if I kind of get kind of on the edge of my seat here, and I engage my core, if I sit here, this should be maybe an okay position with this engagement. And that's going to help me out with moving. Now I can move my body around, and I can actually have a little bit of rotation through here. So let's think about that. And what we want to think about is out here, sometimes you're moving things around, and you got to move around a heavy object. And you're thinking, well, I can't lift it, but I need to get it from one point to another. And so think about some ways you could do that. And if you had a team, you might be able to get a couple people together, and they can all help, and you might be able to pick it up. But maybe you don't have anybody else with you, and maybe you're not able to pick it up, but you got to move it. So think about what are some ways you could do that. And something that I think you could do is maybe think about pulling it with a rope. If you're able to put a rope around it, you might be able to pull it. So let's pretend that we're doing a rope pull, and we're sitting here, and we have something that's over there, and we want to move it. So we could we could reach out with our arm and grab onto that rope and kind of pull that rope into our body. So let's do a couple moves where we're reaching out. This is with one arm. I'm reaching out to my side. I grab an imaginary rope, and then pull it in so that your hand is going to be close to your core. And so they reach back out and pull. And let's go ahead and let's do about 5 of those. Just reach and pull. And if you want to lean over a little bit, you can. You can use some of these muscles. Reaching and pulling. It looks like I'm reaching for one of those big water jugs. We're going to work out with those in a little bit too. So reaching and pulling, reaching and pulling. And let's do one more. Reach and pulling in. Now, if we wanted to use the other arm, again, this is kind of across the body. I'm going to reach over, grab that rope, and I'm going to pull back this way. So look at how everything's going to kind of move. I'm going to reach and pull, reach, and then pull back, reach, and then pull back, reach, and then pull back. And then let's go again, reach, and then pull back. So now if I'm doing this with 2 arms, I might be pulling with one and reaching with the other. And so we might get kind of a pattern going to where I'm pulling with one and I'm reaching with the other. And let me tell you something. Let's try that out. Pull with one and reach with the other, and give it a try. Let's try it for another second. And then, okay, now if you were having trouble with that move, you got to use your imagination. And this is where, if you really imagine that there's a rope and you're pulling on it, you'll find that you get a really good pattern. If you don't focus too much about there being a rope, you might not get the attention for the muscles. And so using that imagination, you can do a really good job, and you can really start to twist and move and pull it in and get that imaginary rope going. And now I have muscles here in my core that are fired up, and it's all about this idea of pulling in a rope. Let's go to the other side. Let's work again. So let's go one arm out, one arm in. I'm reaching, trying to grab something out here, trying to pull it in. If I was a magician, this would be a great trick right now to just bring in like a magical thing just comes out of there. Be great if Austin All Wheels Access was here. I'm wearing his shirt. He's supposed to show up around lunchtime. I don't know if that means he's going to make it in time for the workout, but if he does, I'm ready with his shirt on. Oh my gosh, you could do this in a tug of war. Absolutely. And what you could do if you had a long enough rope is one person could be holding on and letting the other person kind of pull the rope through their hands until you get to a knot. And then you could then pull it back through until they get to a knot. So you could literally be sitting there watching a movie with one of your best friends, and they have a rope over there and you have a rope over here, and you're just passing it through. until you feel a knot, and then you stop, and then they start pulling it and passing it. And that next thing you know, you've just spent 2 hours working on your hands and your wrists, all while we were watching something on the screen. Let's reach across and pull over this way now. So again, this is with one arm reaching out, kind of rotating my body if I can. I'm going to do a little rotation, and then I want to pull. I'm always pulling things in close to my chest, close to home. I'm always wanting to pull things in that way, because this is where we're the strongest. I'm strong when I'm holding things here. I'm not as strong if I'm holding something out here. Let's go for 3 more of these. So I'm reaching and turning. 1, 2, and 3. Nice. Now, something you might notice, and you might feel like me, is I don't feel necessarily one muscle worked more than the other one in this general area. Not necessarily the deltoids. Nick did a good warm up there. He got things moving, but hopefully you feel nice and balanced. Now what we're going to do, let's see if you can guess it. I actually have something here. I have a rope, and it's tied up right here. And so let's see, we can see it right here. And so look already, my first move before I even did this. So this is what we need to think about. And this is how we don't want to get hurt. Is so when I go to pull this rope's it's a little far away from me. I either have to pull in like this, or I have to reach over, and I don't want to reach too far and have my back get hurt. So I have to think right now about posture, because look at it. There's something on the end of this. Let's see if anybody can guess what's on the end of this rope. Let's see if can you guess what it is. So look, these are the moves we just practiced. One of them is going to be pulling it in. Look, I can even lean back and it doesn't even move. Or I can reach over. I wish. No, I'm not that strong. Karen she said, "Are you pulling your truck?" And Karen, I wish. Thank you for that, Karen. That's very flattering. I could pull my truck if it was
Yeah, she
downhill.
says that's crazy.
All right, but I'll give you this. It's the same color. It's the same color. Karen is right on the color. If you know what color my Jeep is, then you might know what I have. And I love it. Ooh, is it a tint? No, it's not a tint. So how am I going to get started here? And this is what I want you to think about. Okay, this is how we don't get hurt when we're pulling something that's across to the side. If I can't fix myself to be straight on and pull straight back, if I got to pull kind of across my body, I want to think about what's going to be the safest move. And do you think it's A? So this would be A, is pulling it in like this to get the rope over here. Or would it be B, where I'm reaching across and then trying to pull it back? Which one do you think would be the safest in terms of I don't want to hurt my back and I want this to be super safe? And so the answer, it might surprise you, it's going to be A. And so let me show you this. So if I reach across here, I have a lot of muscles, and when I turn back, it's going to pull. But if I want to get this rope a little bit closer, if I can pull it in like this, look at where my arm only had to just bring it right up in here to my side. And it kind of is, again, it's armpit squeeze. If you think about it, let's do it again one more time. So let me show you. If I would have done B, there's a chance if this might have been too heavy, it might have been heavier than I expected. And when I go to pull it, I have muscles now way back here that are stretched, and they're trying to help, but it might not be their turn yet. And let me show you now the difference. So again, I'm out here. If I reach over, I could get my back here. So what I want to do is I'm just going to try to do an armpit squeeze. I'm going to pull my arm in up against my side, squeeze the arm right here. And now look at how much rope I have. I have a ton of rope. So now watch this. If I want to reach across my body, check this out. Look at this. Now I have both hands on the rope, and I can pull in one, and I can reach over with the other, and I can pull. And look, I don't have to do that incredible stretch. So that's kind of a safety move. If I go here, again, I pull in, I reach over this way, and again, I can kind of pull this across, or I could even just pull right here. I could just pull, doing small moves right here, just pulling in with my hands, pulling with 2 hands at a time. Has anybody guessed it? Ben, do you think we have a right answer?
No, but Karen said wagon.
Wagon? Nope, not a wagon. Get ready. Here it comes. 3, 2, and 1.
Oh, it's those Christmas trees.
So this was a Christmas tree, everybody. This was a big, big Christmas tree. This thing was heavy. It's a big tree. It's probably 6 feet tall. And all I did was tie a rope around the trunk so that it wouldn't come off. And again, using some exercise moves that we practiced, was able to move this tree. I moved it about 50 feet. I was able to just move it across the ground. And again, everybody, remember, you've heard people say work smarter, not harder. And sometimes with fitness, we want a hard workout, but we also want to have a smart workout, and we want to be able to do it again. So we want to make sure we don't hurt ourselves. And pulling something heavy, if it's able to be moved along like that, just find a rope. It's worth a few moments to maybe do something like that. And again, you're going to get your goal accomplished. Let's have some more water, and then I'll give everybody an option. We're doing great on time. Do we want to do the strength challenge, the technical challenge, or the baton challenge? And let's go. Let's see which the first one that pops up is going to be the one that's going to happen. And oh, Ernesto is joining us. Awesome. Maybe he knows which one we're going to do. Somebody's telling me we got technical challenge, strength challenge, or the baton challenge. And let's see what's coming up. Somebody's
Nothing
typing
yet.
it. Oh, I know somebody's typing something in. Somebody. I think we're going with maybe A.
Jog in place.
Do a jog in place? Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, well, that is what we're gonna do. And you know what, everybody? We'll do a jog in place, and then that will take us into the baton spin, because with the baton, that was C. What I have here, everybody, is if you ever go out on a hike, you might use like a exercise pole, like a trekking pole. And so look, it looks kind of small, right? But these are what's called telescoping. And so if you turn it on one end, it's going to actually lengthen. And then when you turn it the other way, so again, this is going to be using my wrist. Again, I got to use both wrists maybe, or I could, keep it in place to where I can tighten this up, and then it's going to stay at that length. Now, again, if I want to make it even longer, so you can see now I'm here, again, I have to twist it again. So, when we're doing our wrist exercises and we're moving our wrists all around, and we're like, what are we ever going to do? And wrist exercises, well, look right here. If I'm trying to loosen up this pole, I have to do it. I got to spin it, and then I'm going to bring it out here, and I'm going to be able to tighten it up again. So again, here again is our wrist exercises. And when it tightens up, now I have a strong pull. But look, I could do the inchworm using this. And so again, this is something that if you're going out into the outdoors, this is something that you might have. It's great to have. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use it for my run. So we're going to do a run in place, but should we do a run around here and see if the signal holds up?
Oh, Nicholas, can we do a prank challenge?
Nick, you want to do a plank challenge? Yes, to that. So let's do, does everybody want to maybe?
Let's try it. Let's try it, because
let's try it, everybody. All right, we'll risk it.
What do you think, Cam? Let's try it. It's Friday. Why not?
I'm gonna take the whole setup. And so if you join us tonight on the Fitness Social, pay attention to this right now, because this is our campsite. You can see, look how far we dragged that Christmas tree. So this is our campsite, and right now there's only 5 vehicles here. And tomorrow night we're gonna have probably 50 to 60 people hanging out here at this bonfire, singing happy birthday to Chris Hill. It's gonna be awesome. Look at down here. There's a line of power lines. They're like telephone poles, but they're power poles. And the road's called Pole Line Road. Over there, we have a mountain. And these are all the mountain ranges that are east of San Diego. So if you're in San Diego and you look to the mountains to the east, these are the mountains. This is the east side of those mountains. So up there is Julian.
Yep,
If
I've
you're
been there.
area. So Julian is on the other side of that high mountain range up there. And all the way I can see way up there are windmills, everybody. There's windmills. So I think just because of that too, remind me, we're gonna have to do a couple windmill exercises. So, but what I can't see is I can't see what's over that way. And so let's go ahead and do a jog, everybody. I think it's gonna hold up. I'm hoping it does. If the signal drops off, jump to a leader and then I'll recognize it and I'll come back here and I'll join back in. But let's go do a jog. Let's see what's up there. And I can tell you, it looks kind of far, but I don't know. So let's get ready. If you're going to be moving in place, go ahead and move your arms kind of in that locomotion position. And we're going to go see if we can see what we have. So again, there's our campsite, everybody. We got campsite here. We're going to run away from it for a moment and off we go. And we're jogging. You can tell we're jogging. There's the shadow. And you can see my arms kind of moving back and forth. My other arms holding the camera. Now, one thing I have to do because I'm out here in the desert is you always have to be aware of where you're moving your feet because there's rocks, there's sand, and there's other things that you don't want to step on. Now, who could think of some things you would not want to step on? Then what do you think?
A rock.
A rock, right? Absolutely. So you got to watch out, especially sharp
A
rocks.
pine cone.
Pine
Oh,
cone,
yes.
those hurt. I was thinking, what about like a
Cactus.
tarantula? Oh, cactus, no way. What about a tarantula?
Ew.
No, not like the one you see at Home Alone.
What about a scorpion?
Uh-uh.
You got to watch out for those. Or even just a nail. Well, look, we made it to the top of this hill. And check that out.
And we didn't drop.
And we didn't drop the signal. So this pole line keeps going on and on and on. And it looks like some point over there, it drops down and then there's even more mountains that are way out that way. And over there is a restroom. So for folks who are out here and you're thinking, well, if I'm in the desert, where do you go to the restroom? Well, they have accessible restrooms that are right there. And so, all right, let's turn around. Let's jog it back. Let's keep those arms moving. If you're running in place, let's get those knees up and kind of be thoughtful about how your feet hit the ground. Even if you're just moving your arms in place, be kind of thoughtful about the speed and the position. Think about your elbows, think about your shoulders. Let's run by the dogs over here. Let's go check out the dogs. There's a dog named Riley and a dog named Tundra. Tundra, like up in Alaska, they got the tundra. It's a type of earth. Hey, Riley dog. Oh, roo, roo, roo. Roo, roo, roo. A roo, roo, Tundra. So this is Tundra. And this is Riley. And they're good dogs. Remember, dogs always have a good sense of people. So if you're a good person and you're coming up on a dog, it already knows you're a good person. That's what's great about dogs. And most dogs are super friendly, just like those dogs there. All right, coming back up on our spot. There's the Christmas tree we dragged over. We got a jog in place down. Oh, I forgot to run with the baton. Well, we mentioned it, so now we got to use it. Let's double check our angle. Oh, it's pretty good. Hey, we didn't lose too much of that either. All right, everybody, let's have a sip of water. We just jogged. That's probably about maybe 200 yards, maybe 150 yards. So, longer than a football field. We jogged out that way and then brought it on back. So if you've ever been to like a school track or something like that, that was probably about the length of maybe going around the track, doing one lap around the track. and we kind of did a lap over there to go see the view. You know, when you're out in nature, you might be thinking there's something that you want to experience, or something that it might be just kind of beyond the reach right there. You got to think about, well, maybe is it worth the energy that I'll put in to go and experience it? Or do I want to remain in the whatever kind of comforts that we're in? And sometimes it is. You know, I like, again, seeing the expansive nature out here in the desert, and I think it's worth it. So good call, Karen. All right, let's go with the baton spin. Let's get it spinning. And so again, with this baton, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stand up for these exercises and move back just a little bit, and we'll see how well this works. So again, I'm out here, my arm in, looks like it is. So again, to lengthen up the baton, or in this case, you know, walking stick, we're going to call it a baton. I just have to twist it with my hands and then tighten it back up. So I lengthen it and then tighten it back up, and then make sure that it's as tight as I want. Now, if you think about Nick and Byron, again, doing their baton spin exercises, of course, we can do the baton spin exercises. But what I want to look at is doing some exercises maybe where we're using it for some balance or for some stability. So if I had a baton like this is something where if I wanted to maybe work on my high knee tap, this would be a great way to provide some stability, because I'm still going to have 2 points of contact. This would also be something to where if I wanted to work on maybe my ground touch, I could lower down and have some stability with getting down towards the ground. So let's practice those 2 moves, and we'll put them into kind of like a combination. So I have my hand on the handle right here. So I'm going to go with a high knee tap. And if you're sitting down, go for a high elbow reach, and then go ahead and then go down into a ground touch, or reaching down as far as you can. So we're going to go up high with kind of the elbow and then down with the hand. On the stand up, we're going to go with the high knee. We're going to give it a tap. I'm leaning into this right here. And then when I bring my foot down, I'll go right down to the ground and do a little tap on the ground. Let's go for 5 and 5. All right, here we go. So 3, 2, 1. We're going to go tap and then tap to the ground. And then to come up here, I'm actually pushing up a little bit with this arm, and that's okay. I've been preparing my arm and my shoulder for this with our warm up in all of our exercises. So tap, 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 tap. Let's add one more. I think this is 6. That sounds good though. And tap. All right. So now if I wanted to go to the other side, I could switch hands. I could do it the opposite way, and that's what I'm going to do. I could also still do it with holding onto this side and using the ground touch. So I'm going to switch over here. So I'm holding now on my left hand. I'm going to reach my left leg up. And this is kind of, whoa, this is a wobbly position. But then instead of putting my foot down, you saw that I put down the walking stick. And so that's something you can train yourself. You could go on one foot, lift the walking stick up. And then when it's time to put your foot down, instead, put the walking stick down. And so we're going to go up. There you go. And then we're going to go down. I almost did a fancy version. So you want to see the fancy version too? So this is the one we were doing, where I'm just bringing up the knee, going up and then down and down. The fancy version, I would keep this foot up and I would go back with my foot. My foot's in the air and I'm down towards the ground, and I'm holding on my stability through the walking stick. So let's go ahead and try 2 more the regular way, and I'm going to do 1 more the fancy way. So we're going to go up and down, up and down, and then here we go, up and then down, and then standing back up again. Great job, everybody. Again, using the walking stick, this is kind of what this is intended for. It's intended to help you if you have a favorite, one side is more dominant than the other. You can use it to kind of lean your body. You can find some trust in your movements. And sometimes this is all it takes, is just a small device. I mean, again, look at this as after I fold it up, it's only about maybe 2 feet long, and it only weighs maybe, it doesn't even weigh, it weighs a pound, maybe 1 pound. It's very, very light. So again, with this, we can do a lot of exercises. We can do the baton spin. You could do the over the head, behind the neck, do the twist, a lot of moves. But if you're thinking about it and you're like, I want to get myself prepared for maybe some outdoor adventures, having a walking stick, even having two, you could have two, and you could work on a lot of exercises where you're working on that balance. You're getting yourself ready to take more technical steps. Because when you do get out into the outdoors, there's going to be technical steps. There's also going to be technical pathways. So if you're a wheelchair user and you might think, well, this doesn't apply to me, but well, it does, because you saw the terrain here that we are at. And this is very hard ground, but there's going to be about 20 people who are wheelchair users who will be here this weekend, and they're going to be navigating this terrain. They're going to be using balance. They're going to be moving through sand at times. They're going to be watching out for the rocks, especially. And we're going to be changing some tires, and we're ready for that. But that's not going to stop the folks from coming out here and experiencing, again, the good time. You got to think to yourself, is it going to be worth it? And I like it, just like, again, doing that run. I really like that. Let's have a sip of water. Let's go with the technical challenge, which oh yeah, well, the technical challenge I think is the most fun. But let's do the strength challenge first. All right, so the strength challenge, and then we'll do the technical. I don't know how much I have either. So
Nick did something with you today.
let's do the plank. All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna do it with you, Nick, and so I'm gonna set up. Let me show you something I like to bring out here when I'm in the desert, and then Ben, maybe could you or Karen, could you or Ben count for us? Because I'm gonna plank with Nick.
Here, go ahead, Karen. I'll let you count. Ladies first.
All right, so this is just kind of like a kneeling
All
pad,
right.
and I'm gonna be using the kneeling pad so that way I don't have to put my hands on the hard rocks there. Okay, I got it right there. And Nick, are we gonna do elbow plank or are we gonna do the hand plank?
The hand.
The hand plank. All right, everybody. Here we go. And whenever you're ready.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 272, 829, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81,
Still up?
83. What?
Is Nick still up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go, Nick. Keep going. Go with 88.
80, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, hundred, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, and good job, Nick.
He's down.
112, John.
Oh, wow. Wow, everybody. I had sweat dripping on my sunglasses, my core. Nick, incredible job, everybody.
112 seconds.
Wow.
There was only 2 reasons that I was able to do that, because I did not want to do it for that long. Well, 3 reasons. One reason is I wanted to see how long I could do it. I knew I was warmed up. I knew that Nick was doing it with me, and I'm like, let's see what me and Nick can do together. And I also knew that Nick was giving it his best, and I didn't want to quit and think that I didn't give it the same best that Nick was giving it. And I think Nick, he might have known that I was trying real hard, and so he was pushing himself real hard. And the third thing, can you imagine what the third thing is? Give a moment, think to yourself, what could it have been that was keeping Coach John focused and through all that time? And let me tell you, in 3, 2, 1, there was a little ant on the ground. And I decided that instead of thinking about the plank, I was going to watch the little ant move around, and I was just going to follow the ant, and I was going to watch him and just see where he goes and what rocks he goes over. And I was going to focus my attention away from the actual difficult thing, and I was going to just focus on the ant. And that was something that allowed me to distract myself the multiple times that I wanted to quit. Multiple times I wanted to kneel down, and I know Nick did too. But I was using a little ant, and you can use that in the future. You can think to yourself, if you're doing something difficult, maybe you can find a way to create a little distraction, but still be able to focus on the activity and keep yourself strong. So let's have a sip of water. Great job, Nick. Oh my gosh. I'm going to feel that later. Nick is too, everybody. He's not getting off easy with that one. We're going to have to check on YouTube, and let's get an official time count on when we started. We can look at the counter, and that was incredible. All right. We'll have a little bit of a cloud. Everybody in San Diego, you might be hearing there's a little bit of rain coming your way. We're not going to get a whole lot of rain, probably none of it out here in the desert, but there is some rain, a little bit of cloud coming. But when you're in the desert, one of the most important things you have to have is you have to have lots of water. And so here I have 2 water jugs. And with these water jugs, we're going to do a strength exercise. And we're going to do the Statue of Liberty. So if you want to do the Statue of Liberty, we're going to do that. And then we're going to do the technical challenge. And so if you have a weight that you want to use, you can do a sandbag. Maybe you have a water jug. Maybe you have 2 water jugs. But let's go ahead. We're going to do 10 Statue of Liberty, going down to the ground, doing the bicep curl, and doing the overhead press going up to the sky. So 10 of those. And again, remember, a gallon of water is about 8 pounds. So this is 8 pounds. I got another one. These are full. So this is 16 pounds. And if you're working out with a water bottle, with a big gallon, that's a good way for you to determine your weight. If it's halfway full, it's 4 pounds. If it's all the way full, it's 8. And you can really easily get yourself a set of weights that's water bottle weights. All right. Remember, if it's not squishy enough for you, you got to let out the air, and that'll let you kind of squish it. But these are okay. They're kind of squishy. And so I have to grip it too. That's part of this challenge. So I'm squeezing. Remember when we do our finger squeezes, we squeeze each finger together. Remember when we do that? Well, that comes in handy when we have to squeeze something that we can't actually get our fingers to connect, and we can't get our hand all the way around it. So we're literally using pressure. It's a fitness concept here. We have to apply. And look at that. I'm pushing with my thumb, and I'm pushing with all of my fingers, and that's holding on to the water bottle. So we're using our fitness skills. And if I need to relax my hand, I can hold them up and I can let my fingers stretch out and then I can squeeze again. And here we go. 3, 2, 1. So we're going down, up, 1, down, down, up, 2, down, down, up, 3, down, down, 4, down, down, up, 5, down, 5 more, down, up, 6, down, down, up, 7, down, down, up, 8, down, down, up, 9, 1 more, here we go, down, up, 10, nice job. So again, holding on to these, doing the bicep curl, doing the deadlift exercise, and then again, doing the overhead press. You can do a lot of
sandbag, Coach John. I use my sandbag there.
Absolutely. Remember, any kind of weight, you know, the weight, a lot of the purpose of the weight, it's not just to get strong. It signals your brain. And it can be anything. I mean, this is the little case to my earbuds. It weighs nothing at all. But just me holding on to this, my brain now becomes aware of that. And if I start to move it around, I can still feel that sensation. I can have that connection, and I might start to be a little more careful with my movement. And the next thing you know, I might find that, wow, I'm getting better again with being able to hold on to an object, be able to reach while still holding on to that object. There's a lot of things that can be done with even just a small object. So what we're going to do here, speaking of that, technical challenge, who knows what these are right here? Who can take a guess? Can you see what
Chopsticks.
they look like? For who? Like a giant, right? For like a giant, chopsticks. So you're right about the chopsticks. So these are marshmallow.
Oh, and Karen says you can flip your case and catch your case.
The case?
Your earbuds.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, yeah. Oh, you could totally flip this and catch it. So I could work on holding this, and I could work on just trying to get it to flip around. And you can already see, like here, yeah, you can. It's already taken me a few moves, but to figure out where do I need to place it in my hand? How do I need to hold it with my thumb? My mind takes in that information, and then it creates kind of a plan that then I can practice that plan. And maybe my mind says, oh, I'm going to hold it here and flip it here. And I realize that, you know, that doesn't seem to be the best way. I want to go to flipping it, this way. I like that. Oh, that's a tough flip. But what everything is, what's happening is every single move I make, my mind is able to process that information in a way to decide, was that helpful or is this not helpful? And if it's not helpful, we'll find that our mind will have no problem kind of getting rid of that information, and it will focus on what's really important. So this is what I'm going to do, everybody. So this is the technical challenge. I have 5 marshmallows. Can you see that? Here in this container. Thanks, Karen. 5 marshmallows in this container. And what I want to do is I'm going to use chopstick style to try to move these marshmallows. And I'm going to move them off of this little container lid. And I'm going to try to put them back in the container. And so again, this is kind of fun. If you're ever camping and you want to have some fun with like the people you're camping with, and they're like, ooh, I want to have a s'more. And you're like, well, you know, that's a lot of sugar. Well, you could say, hey, well, why don't you try a technical challenge and see if you can move the marshmallow. And if you can't move it, then maybe you can't have the marshmallow. So you got to work on your fitness. So again, here's another good example real quickly. This is a heavy ice chest. If I want to go and just pick this up, that's not a good idea. I know I can drag this on the ground. So instead of going up high with it, I'm going to come down low with it, and I'm going to bring it in so that it's close to my body. That way it's the safest way to move. When you're out in the desert, or when anytime you're outdoors and you're doing an experience where you want to enjoy it for a couple days, You have to have safety as your number one thought. So that way you're able to enjoy the whole experience. You don't want to go out and make a move, make a mistake. And then the next thing you know, you're not able to have any fun. All right, so here's our container. There's 5 marshmallows. I'm going to have a sip of water. And while I do, I want you to think, how many marshmallows do you think I'm going to make it from here to there? Or how many am I going to drop? Am I going to drop any of them? What do you think? You know, maybe I want to share these. There's going to be people who might want marshmallows later. I wonder. I don't know how many I'm going to be successful with. I haven't practiced this either. So no practice. This was an idea that I had last night when everybody was eating s'mores. And I got my chopsticks. Now I can already tell these chopsticks are going to be really tough to use the further I hold it. So if I hold it at the end, I can feel like that's going to be difficult. So if I move my hands maybe to the middle, I feel like that would be easier. I'm not sure. So let's find out. I'm going to start with holding it at the end and let's see if it's difficult. I'm going to go with the challenge. Oh my gosh, this is very difficult. Oh no. Oh my God. I might not. If these marshmallows fall, they fall in the dirt. Oh no. I can't even lift it off the plate.
John, tilt your camera so we can see what you're doing.
Okay. All right. Can you see them? Oh wait. Okay, here we
I
are.
was gonna say so we can actually see what you're doing.
There they are. All right. Oh my gosh, this is tough.
Good call by me, huh?
That's a great call. I didn't know that. All right, here we go. Oh, nope, not that way. So I'm trying to be very precise, and look how difficult this is, everybody. And so I might have to try my second idea of holding them near the middle because I can barely move it. Oh no, I dropped it.
Oh, there it goes.
Oh, one marshmallow in the dirt. All right, so let's go ahead. I'm going to move my hand up about a hand width. So I was here kind of at the end. So let's go to about here. So let's see if I have any improvement. Oh my gosh, right off the bat, it's tough again. I got it. I'm trying to go with a good start. It's because the marshmallows aren't perfectly shaped. Oh, okay, I'm going with it. Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh no. Look at again the focus. I'm trying to oh, so
There goes
close.
number 2.
Oh, all right. So again, let's move my hand up about another hand. I gotta get it now because we're seeing a trend. Again, the closer something is, the better it is. So maybe I should take that. I've been carrying them out here. Maybe I should carry them closer to my body. Let's try this out. All right. So ooh, this already feels better, but I can't get overconfident. I haven't even made one yet. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is tough. Uh-oh. I got to slow down. I got it. Nick showed me what to do. I got to stop, maybe breathe, focus. Oh my gosh. Oh, I got one in. I got one in. All right. That was tough. Wow. I feel like I held my breath that whole time. That's where you got to remember to breathe. Let's move the hand up one more. So now here we go. I'm kind of in I'm in the middle, but even better. Look at this, everybody. Wow. Look at this. So look at that. Wow. Look at that. So easily I was able to move it over. Let's try one more going up with my hand here. And so now I'm kind of near, let's get about the same. So I'll be right about here. I'm near the top. And check that out, everybody. Look at that. No problem. I shouldn't say no problem until I get it in. Oh, I got it in. Nice. Again, who guessed 3? I saw somebody guess 3. Again, the closer I had my point of contact to the object, the easier it was for me to do that. That's the lesson we want to learn from when we're doing something that's technical and when we're doing something with weight. Now that's a marshmallow. That doesn't weigh very much at all, but it gave me a wonderful workout. It was super fun to do. Unfortunately, 2 marshmallows didn't make it. They have dirt on them now, and I don't think anybody's going to want those. But that's okay because all they are is just a big puff of sugar, and marshmallows are not good for us. We should not eat marshmallows, and these marshmallows are probably better off. So again, everybody, let's have a sip of water. The technical challenge is complete. Did anybody guess 3? I thought I saw 3.
Taryn did.
I did.
I thought 0 when I very first tried it. I was like, uh-oh, I don't think I'm gonna get any. This is difficult. Oh my gosh, everybody, what a great workout. We've had a lot of our friends on here we haven't seen in maybe since a holiday break. So welcome back to all of our friends who are on here today. Everybody at Sulpicio Center, Gerber Center, Johns Towers, everybody who's visiting us and joining us from other places, maybe other places in the world even, because you might be on YouTube working out, following along with us. You might be on YouTube watching a camping video right after this video and getting some ideas for going out to a campsite. Remember, moving heavy objects, working out with some of the things we have, staying loosened up and warmed up. It's very important. You also want to make sure that you have shade, that you have water to drink, and that you have your supplies in case of an emergency, but that you're always thinking safety first. And that's the most important thing. So let's go ahead. Maybe I should do the breathing motto. What do you think, Biz? Does that sound good?
Yes, I was just thinking that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna celebrate. I'm excited, everybody. I'll tell you what I'm gonna go do next in case somebody's like, what's he gonna do after this workout? So there's one of the other campers here, and he has a little remote control Jeep, and I have a remote control Jeep, and we're gonna go to a remote control Jeep playground that's just down in the desert over here, and it's super neat. And again, it's gonna be fun. We're gonna be doing a lot of squats, a lot of lunges, a lot of moving things around. And again, getting to work out, having a good time, and again, being safe. It's all about being safe so you can really enjoy the outdoors. All right, here we go. Can you still hear me, Ben? My earpiece just told me to reload, but we're good?
Yep.
All right, let's get it done. Here we go, everybody. Thank you for coming out and joining us in the desert. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in the good. Breathe out the bad. Breathe in the happy. Breathe out the sad. Breathe in your best. And breathe out the worst. And breathe in your power. So you reach your goals first. Great job. A lot of you are just over there on the other side of that mountain. So hi, everybody. I'm waving to you over there in San Diego. Everybody have a wonderful weekend. Remember, the Friday Night Fitness Social, we're going to be here at the bonfire. So if you want to join in and hang out with us, we're going to have a group on here on the Fitness Social. Your friends will be here, and some of your friends will actually be here in the desert. And so we'll be hanging with folks. It's going to be a great time. I hope you can join us. It's the same link that we're on right now. That's where we're going to be having our party at 6 p.m., 6 o'clock tonight. I hope you can make it. Here we go, everybody. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Have a wonderful weekend. I'll